Today we're going to be converting this Outland Firebowl from its included standard connector for a 20-pound propane tank to this connector, which is a quick connect, which will allow me to plug the Outland Firebowl directly into the LPG outlet on the Airstream. So let's undo this. To take the straps off of this to get these off. Undo this. The first thing we're going to need to do is remove the existing hose from the fire pit. And they've got a bit of shrink wrap in there, so we're going to have to cut that shrink wrap off. So once we have the shrink wrap off, we're going to use 2 wrenches, one to hold here and one to turn the flare fitting nut right here. Once this is loose, it's just finger tight. It'll easily spin. So we can set this hose aside. Here's our new hose. It's a Gas Pro hose, and I'll have a link to this in the video description below, as well as a link to the Outland stoves. But this hose has the same flare fitting on this side, and then the quick connect on this side right here. And that actually brings up a point about different type of fittings for gas or water or different type of liquid or gaseous fluids that go through pipes. And there's different types of pipe threads, and some require Teflon tape or pipe dope and some do not. And in fact, the ones that do not, if you use Teflon tape like this, and this is the yellow tape for LP gas or propane gas, the fitting will actually leak if you use this. And a flare fitting is one of those kind of fittings. If you use Teflon tape with a flare fitting, you're gonna end up with a gas leak. And let me explain this. Let me show you why. Normally, a pipe thread is like this. And as you can see, the pipe threads are tapered. They come down close. And when this screws into a pipe thread fitting, it actually seals on the threads. It's the threads that provide the seal. So on this type of fitting, we put the Teflon tape, be it the white for water or the yellow for gas, and screw it in, and that allows for a total sealant of this so we don't have a leak. A flare fitting, however, has this bevel, and this bevel is what provides the seal. It goes on and seals up against the bevel inside the hose. As you can see right here, this fitting is a bevel. It's a flare fitting, and the receiver here is also a flare fitting. So this bevel, there's a matching bevel inside this that this seals on. If you put Teflon tape, it puts just enough distance in there that those two things can't hit each other and it won't seal. You're gonna end up with a leak because it's this bevel that seals, those two bevels that hit. So on a flare fitting or a compression fitting, you can't use Teflon tape because if you do, you're gonna end up with a leak because the two things won't meet. We're just going to mount this onto this. It'll be finger tight. And then we'll tighten it with 2 wrenches. Just like that. It was 32 degrees here in Michigan this morning, and so the hose is quite uncooperative. I thought I'd light this thing before I put the rocks in it, just to make sure it all works. And it's gonna take a little bit to purge this air out of here. So let's turn this in. Just like that, we're running propane off of the camper, off the Airstream, to provide the flame for our fire pit. Now let's put the rocks in here. Let's light it with the rocks. Instant heat, fire, no wood smoke, and we can use this in areas where there's a firewood ban. This was a very easy, very quick setup, and again, I've got links to all this in the description below. Hey, if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button, and more how-to videos and videos about our Airstream, be sure to hit the subscribe button too. I'm Jim Fisher, this is Airstreamer.